The people and the places and things who try to challenge you, who try to ruin your reputation, who try to come up against you, they were bullied. And it doesn't make it right. Welcome or welcome back. It's your favorite mental health specialist, Ty Guidance, and that's what we're going to talk about. If you guys heard that noise, it's my chair. But it's been brought to my attention by one of my followers and just myself. I want you to know that you did nothing wrong. When you know you're a good person, when you know you're a good friend, when you know you're a good coworker, you really don't have nothing to worry about. But because you're a human being, you have every right to feel righteous anger. And righteous anger is when people provoke you, when people harass you, when people do things to you. You have every right. But I'm telling you guys from a level of maturity, I'm telling you guys from experience, the best thing you could do is give it to God. The best thing you could do is give it to your ancestors. The best thing you could do is give it to the universe. The best thing that you could do is give it back to those people because it's not your energy. You see, when people are bullied, they want you to feel the same way. And it's not everybody, because I've met people who were bullied and they were so traumatized that they, closed themselves off. And then I've also met people who were bullied and they started to become like the people that hurt them. I want you to know, if you're one of those two people, don't be like that, because what happens is everything that you wish onto somebody or you try to do to somebody, it ends up happening to you. And you guys, I've been through a lot. I've witnessed a lot. I've seen a lot of things in my life. I know people who are dead because of certain actions that they had. I know certain people who are not happy with themselves. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I never did nothing or said anything, but I've never moved out of intention, out of spite, out of hatred, or out of envy, or out of jealousy. And that's what it is. A lot of these people, instead of just saying, you know what, I feel intimidated, I feel insecure, I feel jealous, they rather talk about you. They rather get groups of people to come up about you. They rather have your family, your friends. And honestly, it's just like, it is hard to accept. It's hard to accept because you would have never did that to them. So your feelings are not invalid. I'm not trying to invalidate your feelings, but I'm just here to be brutally honest. That's just what it is. Like, honestly, the best thing I want you guys to do when you see this video, I want you to have a conversation with yourself. I want you to have a conversation with the people that you love, or I want you to write how you feel in a journal. And I need you to, you have to move forward. Now, of course, take your time doing this. There's no timeline to healing. There's no right or wrong way to express yourself. It could take years. It could take days. It could take months. It could take however long you want it to. But we do have to be able to completely, eventually let it be and move forward, because it's just like when you do let it go completely and you do learn to accept it, because it's a lot to process. You couldn't imagine your family members talking about other people to them or amongst each other when you're not out here talking about them. You can't imagine your boyfriend or your girlfriend talking about you to, you can't even imagine. And I'm gonna hold your hand. These people are not gonna apologize to you. And if they do, if you want them to be in your life, you can allow them to be. But me personally, I don't have nothing negative to say about these people because they know what they did and I know what I did. But I will never be associated with these people ever again. And I think that's the best thing that you should do moving forward. So this is a confirmation video. And confirmation video that you have bigger fish to fry. And you have way more important things, and that you have a beautiful life to live moving forward. And the best is yet to come. And as long as you're able to wake up every single day, your life is going to get so much better. Your life is going to improve so much more better. You're going to overcome everything that was sent towards you, everything that you lost, everything that was stolen from you, everything that people tried to do to come up against you. I promise you, you're going to get it back. And when you do, every single person that did something, they're going to reap what they sow. Everybody reaps what they sow. Rather you believe in religion, rather you believe in religion, spirituality, or you believe in yourself, or you're an atheist. Atheists believe in science. People that believe in religion, they believe in a God, Allah. People that believe in spirituality, they believe in their ancestors. Regardless of what you believe in, you're going to put out what you get. It's universal laws. They got books and information. I'm not saying nothing new. I'm not saying nothing that's not been exposed or underneath the sun. And that's just what it is, you guys. It's been brought to my attention. It is 2025. The energy is shifting. It's about to be spring. If you know, Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's. Yeah. Don't be worried. Don't be worried. You have nothing to worry about. And that's why these people are upset. Now, this doesn't mean that you walk around thinking that you're better than people, because I'm not like that. A lot of people confuse my confidence with arrogance, but it was just if I was to be arrogant, I would be ugly. And that's what I'm not. And I'm not talking about how I look, boys and girls. People that are ugly in the inside. And to me, if you're ugly on the inside, everything about you is just ugly. But I've never intentionally bullied anybody. I've never intentionally talked about my family members. I've never intentionally talked about my friends. I've never intentionally talked about anybody that I was intimate with. It. I never intentionally was just like, oh, let me just talk about these people. I've had a lot of people who I thought I've experienced a lot of betrayal, you guys. I've experienced a lot of betrayal. But because I know who I am, because, I am able to understand, that's why I make these videos to spread awareness, because you're not alone and you don't deserve it. But I'm gonna let you know right now, the only time someone thought they was gonna say something to me, they didn't have a reason other than that they was envious. Because I've had a conversation, you know what, let me not talk about that today. We're gonna have a story time later. But I'm gonna just say this, people don't have a reason to really dislike you. They're gonna be like, oh, I don't like you because your eyebrows look like that. What does my eyebrows have to do with you? Oh, I don't like you because you be walking around thinking that you da-da-da. What does that have to do with you? People don't have no real reason. Now, unless you out here doing stuff to people, but it's just like, out of the many people that I've crossed, I'm not out here just sitting here hurting people and harming people intentionally. Like I said, the things that I've done were based off of being premature and not having the level of understanding. That's like when I told you guys about my stretch marks. I was insecure about my stretch marks because I didn't know that my body was growing, like my hormones were changing. I didn't know anything about puberty. I wasn't taught about those things. Same thing about the choices that I made with certain people. I wouldn't have if I knew something, and that's the difference. People who think they're better than you, they be knowing better. These same people knew that you were a good person. These people, they knew it's different. You know what you do and you don't have to explain it. I'm only talking about it because, like I said, if I'm gonna sit here and talk about what has happened to me, I have to tell you who I was. And that's the thing. That's the difference. Like when you're really confident, when you're really honest, you could talk about where you went wrong because it's not like you did it on purpose. It's the difference between doing things and being naive versus doing things and being intentional about it. And what I don't tolerate and what you're not gonna tolerate is when people do things intentionally. I've never intentionally tried to hurt and harm somebody. If I've ever reacted, responded, when you react and respond, it's because it's righteous anger. It's because people provoked you and people try to do so many things to disturb your peace. And we're not having it. We're not having it. So many people try to disturb your peace because they're not at peace with themselves. And they didn't have to do that. They didn't have to choose to do that. Nobody told you to talk about me to your friends. Nobody told you to talk about me to your parents. Nobody told you to let other people talk about me and we're supposed to be related. Nobody told you to do that. You chose to do that. And for that reason, don't F with these people. You don't gotta like them. You don't gotta F with them, but be respectful. I'm telling you guys, don't allow nobody to disturb your, ever. And if they think they are, they're gonna have another thing coming for themselves. Because it's disrespectful. It was never funny. It was never cute. And as you grow older, as you become an adult, you really just you have nothing to say. Eventually, you're not going to have nothing to say because you're such in shock. But because you're such a good person and you know what you've done in the world, you don't really got to trip. So, you could feel the righteous anger. You have every right. But I'm letting y'all know right now, eventually, you're not going to have nothing else to say. Because it's once the veil drops, because that's what people fail to realize. Everyone's mask that people be trying to pretend to wear, everybody gets exposed. Everyone's going to be exposed. Everything that's done in the dark, it does come to the light. You just got to give it some time. Why? Because nobody's going to live forever. So when you come across this video and you see this video, I'm going to need for you to let it go. I challenge you when you see this video to sit with yourself. I need you to grieve. Once you feel like moving forward, I'm telling you from experience, and the more you practice, because you have to practice healing, you have to practice letting go of people, places, and things who are no longer good for you. Once you decide that you want to move forward, I promise you, your life is going to become so much better. But you got to let it go. Process it, though. Take your time. Like I said, I'm not rushing you to take your time. I'm just speaking from experience. Like I said, because I know it's only 24 hours in a day, because I know nothing in life is going to last forever. I just have to continue to move forward because I know who I am. Nobody, like Beyonce said, that's my mom, if you guys didn't know, but nobody could break my spirit. Nobody could break my soul because you didn't give it to me. And that's what people fail to realize. People be like, oh, you don't have this, you don't have that. Everyone doesn't need those things to be successful or to be happy. And those people that be like, what I have to be jealous of you for, you don't have a house, you don't have a car, you're not this, you're not that, your hair's not done, whatever it is, whatever people try to come for you, is because if they didn't have those things, they wouldn't feel like shit. Excuse my French. You need to have your hair done in order for you to feel beautiful. I don't think I'm ugly when my hair's not done. If you think that you look a hot mess when your hair's not done, maybe you're not as beautiful as you claim to be. You be trying to sit here and make fun of people just because I don't have a car, just because I don't have, like, just, that doesn't make me feel bad. Before I was able to buy my nice car, you guys, before I, like I said, became this person, there were times where I never knocked nobody. And I made a video talking about that. Shout out to Nicki Minaj. It's not funny to laugh at people that are struggling or broke. Like I said, I've never been bullied, and I never will be. Now, if you've been bullied before, don't let these people, like, don't internalize their issues, because that's what a lot of people want. Like, a lot of people, and it's crazy because, like, it's not that you don't know this, it's not that you don't understand this, but once you realize, like, people really are not, like, stable in the head, and once you realize, like, people, like, once you really see people in a different light, and it takes a lot of maturity to do this, you'll realize, like, okay, but you then get to decide if these people are for you or not, because once you see people for who they are, you can't unsee it. You guys heard my stomach growl? Oh my gosh, confirmation. But this video is a little bit longer. We have a lot to talk about. Maybe I need to go ahead and start with the story times, child. But you guys, I love you guys. Don't be out here letting nobody believe you. And if you don't believe me, save this video. Let me know your experience down below and come back to it. Give it some time. Like, karma doesn't miss nobody. So move out the way. Let them people get their karma. Let them people get them seeds that they planted, because that's what happens. And if you try to warn them, you try to be nice, and they still want to take advantage, they still, oh well, tell them to be safe. You don't got to feel, what do I need to feel guilty for? You don't need to feel guilty when you know you was a good person and people still try to act like they could play in your face. No. They wanted to play in your face, so now they got to play the game. And it's, what is this saying? It's never funny until the rabbit got the gun or whatever. But let me go ahead, you guys. It's like early in the morning when I'm posting this, but I need to say it right now. But it's just like, So if you guys have questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Let me know your experience, okay? Don't be shy because you watched the video all the way to the end, okay? And send this to somebody who needed to see this. But this is a confirmation video. I'm not gonna put no hashtag on this video. And if you're interested in a service or a session, follow me on all my social media platforms and schedule an appointment at tyguidancesummer.com. But it needed to be said. Don't go back and forth with people. Practice not allowing people to disturb your peace, and remind yourself that these people were bullied and they're trying to disturb your peace. And the more you say that, the more you affirm that, the more you realize that people really don't have to act the way they do towards you if they're not going to change their behavior. Don't worry about them. And it's going to go for the people that you're once familiar with. It could be anybody. And for some people, they're just going to have to learn the hard way. Don't let it be you. Okay? Love you. Bye.